I've done honest research. I've documented cases, and I have case upon case that shows this, but yet I'm not accepted in here. It's like I'm the most unwanted piece of the puzzle. You know what I mean? It's like they're all trying to put a piece of the puzzle together. But when I come with my piece, they don't want my piece, because my piece is going to change what they think the puzzle is supposed to look like.
Hey yo, there's something in the air, can't you feel it? It's like everything has started to be clear and you can see it. It's so intriguing to observe reality. What do you believe? Would we ever agree? I see a planet that's in question, see reflections of the past, repeated patterns, repetitions. A vision cloudy with deception, but we can press into the future, expressing our intentions. We want the truth, not inventions, not demonics or robotics sent to imitate perceptions. Are aliens holographic or organic? Examine facts, there's no need for a panic. People say that they'll believe it when they see it. Take me to your leader who controls the spaceship. Tell me what's your origin, I'll know your intentions. What's behind the mask may not be what you're expecting. Bring us your clues, there's no need to be troubled. Everybody's got a different piece of the puzzle. Let's examine every part of the mixture and try to understand the whole entire picture. Bring us your clues, there's no need to be troubled. Everybody's got a different piece of the puzzle. Let's examine every part of the mixture and try to understand the whole entire picture. Let's filter out all the frauds and the gimmicks. Exposed to the masses, the masquerades and mimics. We study facts and inspect the clues. Discover hidden links to uncover the truth. Fit it together and collect it. And use the internet to network with like minds connected. It's most effective when we show respect. And where the evidence leads us, it's our direction. We follow patterns with experience. Abductions and UFO sightings have us curious. Is it mysterious coincidence that we have so many sightings without physical evidence? Are we part of an experiment meant to hybridize the human race without us knowing it? Will they accelerate our planet or destroy us and call it evolution advancement? Bring us your clues, there's no need to be troubled. Everybody's got a different piece of the puzzle. Let's examine every part of the mixture and try to understand the whole entire picture. Bring us your clues, there's no need to be troubled. Everybody's got a different piece of the puzzle. Let's examine every part of the mixture and try to understand the whole entire picture. We're scientific with analysis. Let's investigate these things, forget about the politics. We want disclosure if that's what you got. We want to separate the actual facts from what's not. Open your minds for a moment and walk the narrow path and find that your eyes will be open. We can see the world in a whole new light. Read between the lines and you'll see that I'm right. What really happened in 1947? Aliens, weather balloons, angels from heaven, eight-dimensional invasion. Now could it be true the Bible's part of the equation? Open our eyes to all the possibilities so we don't get burned by fakes and facsimiles. Common themes are a part of the key, so don't be deceived like Adam and Eve. Bring us your clues, there's no need to be troubled. Everybody's got a different piece of the puzzle. Let's examine every part of the mixture and try to understand the whole entire picture. Bring us your clues, there's no need to be troubled. Everybody's got a different piece of the puzzle. Let's examine every part of the mixture and try to understand the whole entire picture.
At least be looking at it, not putting the blinders on. If you're so open to doing honest research.
Good evening, everybody. Once again, that's Destiny Lab. If you guys haven't checked them out, go check them out, please. DestinyLab.com. Read the lyrics with the songs. If you go to the YouTube and you pull up the video and you listen to it, go down in the description box and read the lyrics. They'll blow your mind.
Smoke weed every day.
Okay, let's get started. Let me pull up the Skypey thingy here. Now I got two screens, so I got to pay attention to two screens. That's so I can see you guys talking to me and all that good stuff. Let's get this closer. There we go. All right. Mr. David F. Town Bala, adding him in. Mr. Lance Mussa, adding him in. Everybody say hi to Al. Al's the in-studio guest tonight. Hi, Al.
Hello.
Hi, Dave.
What's up, Jimmy?
And hi, Lance.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
There he is.
What's up, Lance?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Lori told me she had to write, and she told me to say hi to everybody, and she said that if I kind of got stuck that I could add her in. So I don't know if I'm going to add her in yet. Maybe I'll wait till the second hour. We'll let her come on and say hi herself. But anyway, we got all kinds of shit to talk about because it looks like Trump's, being an ass clown again, as usual. So let's just dive right into everything right off the bat. What do you think, David? What do you got on top of your stack of stuff?
Well, I think the most interesting just came out now. Nikki Haley, our ambassador, just came out and says she says not certain that the United States should send athletes to the Olympics, as it will entirely depend on the NK situation. Because it's in South Korea in February. So,
right.
Oh, you're going to start. You're seeing a lot of countries get really nervous now, and they're starting to talk about pulling people out.
Well, everybody gets nervous and they pull out.
Yeah.
What do you think? I mean, they're going to let the athletes come, but they're not going to let the governmental agencies or anything represent them. They can't carry a flag. They can't represent Russia. Whatever.
Yeah, that's the Russians there got banned for doping.
Who were the athletes that invented doping? I think that was the U.S. I'm not for certain about that, but
Russia admitted to it. They said you caught us.
Yeah.
It ain't like there was some kind of conspiracy against them. They got caught.
Yeah. Well, you're right.
And so it wasn't just one or two athletes. It was almost the whole Olympic team.
Are you guys going to watch the Olympics? Is anybody raise your hand in the chat room if you're going to watch the Olympics? I
got my hand raised.
Do you really?
I like the winter a lot better than the summer.
Yeah, man, me too. Of course, the swimming and the women's volleyball is pretty good. Beach volleyball, that's pretty damn good.
Bobsled and all that,
but you don't have to watch it on television. You can get that. You can get all that shit on YouTube later. After the
and there's a country where for their very first bobsled team too. They wear the hijabs.
Hijab.
Yeah, right. Afghanistan, Pakistan, something like that. Somebody's putting a bobsled together. Women's bobsled.
Nice. Could be
first time ever.
They're going to make a movie of that, like Cool Runnings, when they did Cool Runnings
with the Jamaican bobsled
team. Yeah.
That was a funny movie.
I imagine that. Well, I'm not going to go into it. Okay.
We'll see if they cancel the Olympics.
You think they're going to cancel them?
No. I said we'll see if they do.
We got between now and February to start a world war. That'd probably bring it to a screeching halt pretty quick, I reckon.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Especially if there's direct threats from Lil Kim.
Well, see, they offered North Korea an in into the Olympics. That South Korean president did Moon. He told North Korea, we want you in the Olympics. You can, enter an event. And so North Korea has been training these two figure skaters for a long time. And for some reason, they passed the opportunity up and said and didn't register their contestants in time. And so Japan took their spot.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe they know something's coming.
No, deal is out. South Korea put their hand out to him, said, "Hey, as a friendly gesture, we're going to allow you put in. We want you as a token of peace to enter some contestants." And North Korea just let the deadline go without a word.
Didn't the athletes walk together the last Olympics, or am I thinking of something else?
I don't know.
I thought they did. Maybe not.
When that Pakistan and Afghanistan.
Maybe
together?
It was. I thought it was the two Koreas that kind of walked in together, right? But maybe not.
Who knows? So what else?
Israel's the big one. Jerusalem.
Yeah, that's the big one. I got a lot on that, and what Trump did today, in my mind, was, and I'm not a big biblical prophecy guy, but I absolutely believe that he just did something biblical, not in a good way, and for him just to come out and do this, every other, he did this to just give his base something. He's giving his base anything and everything, no matter how crazy it is, because he's in trouble.
But he didn't do anything. He still signed the 6-month waiver. He did not move.
He's playing both sides of the coin.
He just recognized it.
Well, the deal is just that's the whole problem there. He was going to get the same reaction whether he recognized or whether he actually moved it there right away. And so, to me, I would, if you can't move the embassy there right away, there's been guys come out saying that they've got places down there. All they got to do is hang a sign on, and we would have an embassy in 2 minutes. That was a big story on Fox yesterday.
He's playing both sides of the coin.
Happen.
He's playing both sides of the coin. He recognized it, and then he delayed it for 6 months.
Well, the whole point is it's going to take up to 4 years to build it. You got engineers, contractors, all this other garbage. But the deal is they've got buildings down there. They would just have to hang a sign on, and the embassy would be. I don't think we'll ever officially move it. I think, but the deal is
no.
The deal is this, though, is he was going to get the same response if we would have moved it right away or just labeling it. So I don't know why he just came out and did that. He's just inviting trouble, man. It's
stirring the pot, dude. He's stirring the pot, right?
On purpose. He's being told to do this. And I put a story on my Facebook group, and I ran it across Twitter. And what he did today, this shows you that Trump's part of the game. What he did today was appease the New World Order, all the Zionists, the Bilderbergs, the Rothschilds, the Soros, Kissingers. They've been wanting this for decades, and no other president had the balls to do it. And this just shows Trump is a made man. He did this to appease the New World Order.
Yeah, he did it because Jared Kushner told him to. Yeah. Jared Kushner told him to.
Yeah, they just combined America and Israel officially in front of the whole world. You look at Israel, it's America. You look at America, it's Israel.
Okay, now just playing devil's advocate for just 1 second, let me throw this out there. So he recognizes that Jerusalem is the capital of Israel, but he puts it on a 6-month hiatus as to whether or not we move our embassy, right? Do you think maybe he's waiting to see what happens legally with Netanyahu? And see if he gets locked up and shit, and then that'll give him pretext to back out of the agreement.
Well, that ain't the point of the agreement. The deal is he's already announced Israel or to Jerusalem as the capital of Tel Aviv. That right there has brought on the violence, and the violence ain't going to stop now.
No,
that's what I'm saying. If this wasn't a solid deal, he should have never announced that Jerusalem was the capital of Israel, because now you're brought on a shitstorm from all. Israel's going to be under attack from Hamas. Israel's going to be under attack from another Iranian group in the Gaza Strip. Israel's going to be under attack from Syria and groups over there. Israel's going to be under attack from Hezbollah on the Golan Heights. Israel's already, going to get hit. ISIS is already hitting Israel from the Sinai Desert. And this is biblical, and this is what I meant. If you believe the Christian Bible and toward Revelations and stuff, it says that Israel will stand alone. And this is what it is. All Israel's enemies will rise up against it. And this is exactly what Trump just brought on.
Yep.
And I'm not a big biblical guy, but I've always believed this. I've always believed that Israel was the focus toward the end of this world as we know it. It's gone. What we're seeing now is not beyond World War III. You're talking apocalyptic type stuff.
Been talking about it for months. Been talking about it for years, actually. Just not putting the whole biblical perspective on it. This was apocalyptic what Trump did today. That's the only word for it. Biblical events. Biblical events unfolding in front of our faces.
And I'm not by means saying Trump's any related to God. I believe the opposite. That's why I think he did it, but in a bad way. Yeah. We're seeing shit play out that we shouldn't want to see play out.
Right. But everybody's just going to turn it on CNN and watch, right? They'll be glued to it. The next 9/11 event, whatever.
You've got China coming out. Put out an official document yesterday telling these border towns on the Chinese border what to do if they are attacked with a nuclear weapon. You've got us holding nuclear drills off the Korean Peninsula right now. We're still holding that drill till Friday. 240 jets. The
B-1 bomber. The B-1 bomber just flew over the DMZ or whatever yesterday. Yeah.
And we told Little Kim this drill is about bombing your nuclear sites. This is we came straight out and told them, this is what it's for, dude. Take a good look.
Give him a heads up, man. Let him move all his shit out of the way.
Right? And the deal is, he was quiet until today. Then tonight they came out with some crazy stuff. I'll read a couple of the quotes that North Korea put out tonight. They said, if the U.S. does not want to be burnt to death by the fire it ignites, it would better behave with prudence and caution. And it says, what else here? It
Let
says,
me go put my boots on so I can start shaking.
Yeah, we will surely make the U.S. clearly pay the consequences with our mighty nuclear force, which we have consistently strengthened. The remaining question now is, when will the war break out? DPRK Foreign Ministry spokesman quoted in KCNA Dispatch, "We do not wish for war, but we shall not hide from it." They know it's coming, and it is coming.
Oh, yeah.
This is a full-on, full-court press for war with North Korea.
And between Israel and Iran.
Israel and Iran. Exactly. Yeah. What Trump did today got the other war going on the other side. So while we're fighting over here against North Korea and China, and Russia's going to be involved on both sides of it, just like we are. I mean, it'll be Russia, China, and us just fighting each other all over the world. This is coming. This is absolutely coming.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, what Trump did today, what's fixing to happen now is going to be unstoppable.
So, tell me what. Okay, they gave Kim. Everybody say hi to Al. She just walked back. Everybody. I lost my train of thought. Now you went to get coffee and broke my train of thought. Yeah, I know. I'm talking about Kim. So we give him a heads up, right? And I read a story, probably last week now, I think. I don't know. That he was preparing another launch site because the one that they were using, for some reason, they didn't want to use it anymore or whatever. So, I mean, we give him a heads up that we're going to come over there and bomb the shit out of them. And they're preparing another site. They're moving all their stuff. What is this? Is this just more cards in the deck, or are we just seeing a hand being played out, or could this thing actually go really organic and take off? Katie bar the door. What? And just one other thing, Lil' Kim, if you're watching, bomb Washington. Leave the rest of the fucking country alone because we don't have anything to do with all this fucking prick waving crap, right? We're just trying to live our lives, just like all you people over there trying to live your lives. So when you launch the rocket, make sure it hits D.C., nowhere else. And Lance, you might want to, buy some radiation stuff because you're pretty close. Anyway, okay, that's my little mini rant and half brain farted because Al walked by.
Well, also you got to look at this. What Trump did over there today with Israel. It just didn't piss off. Even Saudi Arabia even came out big time against this and told Trump, don't do it. Egypt came out, told Trump, don't do it.
He ain't gonna listen to nobody. He listens to his ego and Jared Kushner. Yeah,
Turkey came out and said, "This is it." Says we will declare war on Israel if you do this.
Oh boy.
That's right from Erdogan's mouth today or yesterday, and then today he came out and says, "Trump, you crossed our red line." Telling you, this dude's dangerous, man. Trump is absolutely dangerous. He's playing a game. I know who he's working for, and he's doing what he's told.
That's what I'm saying. He's not making these decisions, though. You know what I mean? It's all going to fall in his lap.
Yeah, it's all going to fall in his lap.
But he's not making the decisions. He's doing exactly what he's told to do, just like every other president ever selected.
Kissinger is absolutely delivering the messages to him.
Yep.
But even Germany came out today, and it's not that I care about Germany, but still they're a big ally of ours. It says Germany denounces the United States under Trump's leadership releases historic statement. It says Germany's top diplomat has just informed the United States that they no longer see the United States as the ally they once were, saying that leadership from President Donald Trump has led Europe on a path toward a nuclear war. German Foreign Minister Sigmar Gabriel told the Berlin Foreign Press Forum that Germany would start to go after its own agenda, whether the U.S. likes it or not, because the West was losing influence around the world now that Trump is president. The U.S. The U.S. no longer sees the world as a global community, but as a fighting arena. where everyone has to seek their own advantage, Gabriel said. Germany can no longer simply react to U.S. policy, but must establish its own position. Even after Trump leaves the White House, relations with the U.S. will never be the same. That's stern. That's from Germany to us saying, Trump, you're taking us to nuclear war.
They're fucking collapsing anyway, man. They know that the Euro's done. They know that the European Union's done. It's all, okay.
Well, what I'm saying, dude, you're hearing this, and this just sends a shiver up my spine. They're telling us where they're taking us.
Because the people on the inside are actually letting loose with what's going. Yeah, okay. And they're all scared to death because they should be, right? They should be. Brought up something in the room. Let me scroll back here and see who said it.
This is
Mr.
historic.
AK, naturally, Mr. AK, bringing up the fact that China and Russia are going to completely eliminate the dollar in all of their trade transactions. They're going to start trading gold rubles and gold yuan back and forth for petro and whatever, everything. So they're completely doing away with the U.S. dollar in all trade negotiations between those two countries. That in itself is extremely huge. So, they're stacking the deck. The rest of the planet, except for the European Union and all of our little allies, are stacking the deck against the U.S. because they know that our time is limited. Yeah? Go ahead.
Oh, nothing. I was just listening to you.
Where'd Lance go? Lance, why'd you hang up? Huh.
He hang up?
He's not on the call anymore. I'll find out what's going on. Go ahead. What else you got on your stack of stuff over there, man?
Just pretty much all that, I just don't see what Trump did today as a very smart decision whatsoever, even though it's probably a planned decision, it's not a too smart one, like I said, you can see where they want to go with all this now.
Gary just sent me a message. Hang on, let me see what he had to say here. Go ahead and say that again, man. I get the phone thing going off, and I didn't really pay attention to what that story said. Say that again.
What was I saying? I lost my train of thought.
This has been a stellar show right off the bat, man. 22 minutes in, and we've gone off the rails like 4 times already. This is awesome. He said he'd been tied up with stuff the past couple hours. Let me see if I can get him to come on. He's always good to talk to. Do you want to come on? All right, go ahead. What's your next thing? Lance is texting back too, so. Oh, he's got okay. Lance had a phone call. He's got to go handle something. So everybody give Lance good thoughts. I think he's getting ready to go beat somebody's ass. Okay. All right, what's next?
So what you're thinking on Bitcoin getting hitting so high?
I'm going to stick with my guns on the whole cryptocurrency thing. I think that it is nothing but a huge fucking scam to get everybody that's got $1 to invest in something that doesn't want to get in on the stock market. Okay, I'm just going to kind of go off on a little tangent, but hopefully it'll tie together and you guys will all see where I'm running with it, right? About 10 years ago, and I wish Lance was on now because he could probably chime in on this pretty good. About 10 years ago, there was this thing called day trading. There was all these day traders that were out there, and for years and years and years, Schwab had a day trading app and blah, blah, blah. They probably still do. I don't know. I don't keep up with that. But anyway, a lot of those day traders were losing their ass because they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. They'd get in there and drop $500 and roll it up to $10,000 or $15,000 and keep it invested, and then they'd lose their ass, right? And they'd wind up having to owe people and pay out and so they quit day trading. There's not a lot of them left out there anymore. You got to really know what you're doing if you're going to try to make any money doing it, because you're going to lose your butt if you don't, right? So I think that the cryptos came around to kind of scoop up those day traders that were losing their ass in the stock market, and it's the fleecing of America just continuing on and on and on until they get every last dollar that they can suck out of the general populace, right? Because you got guys out there right now that are taking part of their paychecks and getting in on cryptos because they see them rocketing through the roof. And they're like, oh, if I get in now and it doubles in another 6 months, I can double my money, blah, blah, blah. One of these days, and if you're playing the game and you're riding this wave and you're making killer cash, good on you. Good on you. I'm happy for anybody that's doing it, right? I'm not trying to poo-poo anybody that's out there playing it and making some decent cash at it. I hope you know when to get out, because there's not going to be warning signs coming when this thing goes tits up. They're just going to fucking pull the plug, and they're going to take all of that money that people have invested in electronics, and it's going to be gone. It's going to be gone. Poof. Just that simple. There's not even 10 years of history to cryptos. Not even 10 years of history. You don't know what they're going to do when a world event happens, when a serious world event crisis happens. Got 6,000 years of history with precious metals, right? Don't even have 10 years of history with cryptos. So I'm still leery. I don't have any. I still wished I might have bought one back when they were $100. Lance and I kind of farted around about buying one together. That would have been cool to see it jump up to $11,000. But man, I don't know. I just got a very, very bad feeling in the pit of my stomach that people are going to lose their ass. Some very honest people that are just trying to make a living, get by a little bit, and have a cushion are going to wind up getting soaked. That's my whole rant on cryptocurrencies. What do you think about the whole day trader thing? I mean, you remember all that shit, don't you? There used to be all kinds of ads on TV about, Schwab, use the Schwab website to day trade and blah, 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 blah.
Not a little bit. I don't know much about any of that.
I just think that that's their way of trying to get them back in the game. You know what I mean? Because there was a lot of guys that were in that day trading that lost their ass and didn't get back in it, and Wall Street started suffering because of it. So,
well, I see where they're getting ready to pass a bill in D.C. to ease restrictions on banks.
Ease restrictions how?
I'll make it. I guess take even more rules off of them. Make it less hard on them if they do something wrong.
Oh, well, good on them. I don't trust the banking industry either, man. I don't keep enough money in the bank to even sneeze at. Just enough to pay some electronic bills that need to get paid electronically, and that's it. The rest of it comes out in cash. So I don't know. I just don't trust him. Lance is back on the call. What's up, brother?
I'm back.
Did you take care of your taken care of?
Yeah, I did. The house next door has been for sale for a number of years.
Right.
And they lowered the price again, and so the lady called me back, so I had to handle that.
Oh, right on. Well, welcome back. So we were just talking about cryptos, man. You want to chime in on the crypto thing, or like 11 almost, they're touching 12,000?
Man, the banks are scared. The banks and the governments are scared. I've seen all the articles come out about they're trying to regulate it, criminalize it in places, and it's undermining, governments and devaluing the dollars, and that they're scared. Somebody is.
PMG says invest in lead, tangible. I'd rather have 15,000 in ammo than a Bitcoin. Cryptos are outside the banking industry. That's true, right? Okay.
That's why they're scared. That's why the banking industry's scared, trying to put all these regulations on it and trying to scare people right now.
I still
there's a huge propaganda campaign going on it right now.
Absolutely. But I still believe, and I think that's all propaganda. I think that is all propaganda. I still believe that cryptos were invented by the elite to suck the dollars away from the general populace. I believe that they are going to turn them off at a certain point in time and just keep the money.
It's contributing to global warming, all that server heat.
I see the arguments online all the time from different sites, as to, people are asking them, what kind of value does it have? What value does it have? It's worse than $1, There's nothing tangible there, and they're like, well, there was a certain amount of power that it took to mine the Bitcoin, so that's tangible product right there. So it's at least worth the amount of power that it took to make. What the fuck ever? They are nothing. They are worth nothing except that a bunch of doofuses think that they're worth something.
Yep.
That's it. So to see them shoot through the roof and touch $12,000 for a fucking digital number on a blockchain, nah, I'm not buying into it, man. I'm not buying into it. I wish we'd have bought one back in the day, but nah, I'm not into it. Anything else? Anybody want to add in?
Not on that part. Was that Vaughn I heard earlier?
No, I tried to add him into the call, but he was lit. He was actually lit.
Then I saw it. Okay, that's what I saw on the phone.
Yeah. He went on standby now. So he was lit when I added him in. I guess he didn't want to come on the call. That's cool. I didn't give him a heads up. I just kind of clicked on him. Maybe he's got something going on.
I tell you, I'm back in that movement for the gender identity people, paying people and stuff like that. Did I mention that to you?
No.
Because I'm identifying as skinny from now on. So if they can identify as what they want, I'm going to identify as skinny from now on.
Right on. All right. Are you going to start wearing skinny jeans and shit?
I got me a pair of sweatpants that say juicy on the back.
Yeah.
Good to go.
Awesome, man. Pink. That's
of course.
Girls always wear the pink.
Yeah, man.
God. If you ever send me a picture of you in spandex, I'm going to unfriend you.
Well, now I just may have to.
So, what?
Now I just may have to.
I can't hear.
That's Victoria's Secret.
Victoria's Secret? Is that what it is? She wants you to wear Victoria's Secret. Al wants you.
I don't wear anything.
Oh.
But it's a Victoria's Secret thing.
Oh, Pink's an artist or something. Isn't she a singer?
No, it's a Victoria's Secret thing.
Yeah, but that doesn't have anything to do with sweatpants, I don't think.
She said it's a Victoria's Secret thing, the word pink.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So evidently they have a copyright on the word pink.
Yeah, right. Cross your ass, probably.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. It's got to be junk in the trunk.
Yep.
That's right.
So Gary is still receiving phone calls, and he's afraid that he'll be interrupted too much, so he's not going to come on the call. We'll maybe get him on Saturday. I'd like to get his take on Gary Goforth. I'd like to get his take on some stuff that's going on the planet, like this whole Israel-Palestine and Israel-Iran and Korea and North Korea and South Korea and the fucking Pacific Rim, China, Russia. I want to get his take on all of it. So, Gary, if you're listening, hopefully you'll come on Saturday.
Just had a 4.2 earthquake in California by San Diego.
Really? Man, and they're getting their asses kicked by fires out there too.
Oh, those fires are insane, man. Those videos coming out of there are crazy.
Where they jump houses is just weird too.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of them out there.
3 of them, leave 1, tear down 2, leave 2.
There's a lot of those places out there that have sprinkler systems around their yards and stuff too. I mean, when you see a fire ravaging through a hillside and then all of a sudden there's this 2 acres of green with a house sitting in the middle of it, it's because they got a fucking sprinkler system on their well, and it kept the ground, it kept everything at bay. So, but yeah, I watched a little video on Facebook. Yes, I'm back on Facebook for everybody that doesn't know. Watched a little bitty video on Facebook earlier of some cars evacuating off into the hillside, and the entire hillside in the distance is just all entirely in flames, and yeah, it looks pretty bad. But
yeah, a lot of your multi-million-dollar houses are getting hit hard out toward Brentwood and stuff over there. And
hey, man,
yeah, they showed all the pictures of them.
I know there's a lot of innocent people that are losing a lot of stuff out there, but I still got to tell you, in that area of the country, in that area of that state, it's karma, baby. It's karma.
Yep.
It's karma.
Because they voted for Hillary.
Just the whole fucking Hollywood pedophilia thing and the molestation shit and all the human trafficking that goes on out there and whatever. It's fucking karma, y'all. So I just put it up to God. It's in His hands. The people that are supposed to survive are going to survive it. The people that aren't.
Well, they got 5 separate fires burning now. I was just watching nightly news tonight, and they had a 5th one that just broke out right by L.A.
Yeah, and some of them are moving fast. You know,
and they said tomorrow's really going to be bad. It's going to be the worst day out of them all so far.
Yep, supposed to be some serious southerly winds coming up through there, feeding all that shit. So, yeah. Biblical shit, y'all. Biblical. All right, moving on. Next story.
The other day, Hawaii tested out their nuclear war sirens for the first time, and I don't know how long.
Scaring the shit out of the people.
Japan just had another nuclear drill the other day with some big town over in there somewhere. Watched a video out of there.
Let me ask you, Dave, if you were to take a gander off to your northwest and see some silos emptying and rockets flinging off, what would be the first thing that went through your mind?
Guess it's over, man. This is it. It's how it ends.
Would you start counting down the 20 minutes? And they say we got like a 20-minute retaliatory strike time or something like that?
I'd probably be on Twitter reporting it all.
Yeah. What about you, Lance?
I'd probably still be watching CNN to the last moment.
Probably. What about you, Lance? What would be your thoughts if you saw some silos empty out over there on the East? I don't know if they get any on the East Coast. I don't know. Maybe one of the subs sitting in port.
I don't know. I'm going to walk down the street to this hot neighbor down there. See if we can get together one time. That's about it.
Get shot by her husband? Is that what you're saying?
No, she's single.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know what I do, you know. Don't know. I've thought about that, like if a meteor ever hit and there was a tidal wave coming, what the fuck am I going to do? I wouldn't need to run anywhere. So.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what kind of time frame you're talking.
Right.
I don't know.
Hopefully it happens after 10 during a weekday so I can watch Don Lemon.
Yeah, he'll be reporting it accurately.
I was watching it tonight. Cooper Anderson was just laying the smack down on that Judge Roy out of Alabama, just laying the smack down on her, man.
Laying the propaganda down.
Oh, fuck. But the deal was, he was asking her some investigative questions on the judge's past and everything. It was all stuff that's been, not over the women, over stuff that he has said throughout his years, all the controversial stuff. He believed that 9/11 happened because this nation is a sinning nation and we gave in to homosexuality and everything else. And so he was asking her questions like that, and she wouldn't answer them. So he's a conspiracy type of guy, this Judge Roy running in Alabama. But, I don't know. Cooper was just asking her some straight out questions, and she couldn't answer them, man.
That's got nothing to do with it. That's got nothing to do with it, though. I mean, they're trying to get him out of the seat, right? The reason that they're going to all these different links to try to defame him is because he's winning no matter what. All the women that came out and claimed sexual harassment by the motherfucker have been proven to be straight liars. So he's sticking by his guns. As far as this country being judged for its moral values, I'm right on the book with that one. This country is fucking Babylon, Jack, and we're getting ready to see it crushed. And guess who does the crushing? That guy.
So do you think 9/11 was because of our religious immoralities?
I think the hurricanes in Florida were, according to Jerry Falwell, the 700 Club guy. I mean, he blamed all of the hurricanes in Florida that one year on the gays.
I got to tell you, man. To question Yah's judgment is just it's a fool's game, man. I'm not going to make any claims at all. We receive what we receive because karma is a bitch, man. It's a bitch.
Yeah, that wasn't a natural act. I mean, like a storm is a natural. You can accept that because how are you going to question it? But
Yahweh works in many, many ways, brother. He works through people. He works in many ways. So I don't, it's not for me to sit here and decide what's what. I know
I
the people
believe 9/11
responsible
was for something wrong. I mean,
9/11 was created so we could get into the Middle East. What do you mean?
It was.
Just a gateway drug to get us over into the Middle East.
To create another boogeyman, so that they.
We needed something to sway the public backing them. I mean, that's all. I mean, that's what
I'm saying. 9/11 wasn't over religious immoralities of America, and that's what this is what this Judge Royce stated. That's running for the Alabama Senate. It's one of the first things he's ever stated.
Well, because he believes that ISIS did it. You know what I mean?
Right.
He doesn't.
He believes the propaganda.
He doesn't believe that it was an inside job by a bunch of satanic fucking pedophiles that wanted to control the country and to keep pushing the military-industrial complex. So,
well, that's what I'm saying. And Anderson Cooper asked his spokeslady there, does he still believe that? And she wouldn't answer it. And it's like, well, he said it.
It's an irrelevant question.
Believe it?
It's an irrelevant question. He had her there to discuss the sexual harassment charges and shit. And there's nothing to discuss on that. Too? No.
Yeah, I saw some clips. Her everything.
I saw some clips on YouTube about it.
They were there just talking about everything: his past, his present. Yeah. But the deal is with the women, and I will say this: you want to believe Bill? All these men are sickos. Look, there's a new guy every day added to the list now. There was just someone new
every day.
It's going to keep going all the way through next year. It's going to keep going. You watch.
So I don't put it past this Judge Roy Moore being a pervert. I mean, he could have easily been. Look at all these other guys. But tomorrow, what is it? Frankenstein is stepping down.
I fucking predicted that one. I'm taking credit for that one.
4 more women came out on him today.
3 days.
Yeah, but the official, because somebody reported that.
3 days.
Campaign, his office came out and said, no, that's not true.
He was talking shit about all the people in Hollywood.
There's Democrats now, the list of them today calling for him to step down.
He was on something. He was on Twitter and he was on a couple of TV shows talking shit about all the crap in Hollywood. And I told him, you better be careful, Franken, Stuart Smalley, because it's going to reach up and bite you in the ass, dude. It's going to envelop you before it's all over with. 3 days later, the accusations came out against him. And I tweeted him again.
Look at that Conyers. He just had a step down. Longest ranking black member.
It's gonna get them all, y'all. It's gonna get them all. You guys, everybody that's listening to the sound of my voice, you all know you don't get to that point in life without being a part of the game.
Listen to this, Jimmy. Warren Moon, the ex-NFL Hall of Famer, got narked out today by 2 women. He got put out on blast.
Doesn't surprise me a bit.
No, I'm just saying everybody's caught up in this. It don't matter what profession you're in.
It's going to get down to where it's getting into local governments and state governments and what else? Police departments and you watch the military. They've already got it's scurrying through the military now too. So yeah, it's going to take a lot of people down. And some of the big ones, man, I honestly, they're being thrown under the bus to try to take the avert people's eyes from somebody else.
Well, did you hear that one about that came out, a couple days ago on Sylvester Stallone?
Yeah, I heard a little blurb about that. I didn't see a whole lot about it.
They come out, a woman came out there and said that Stallone and his 2 bodyguards all did a threesome on her.
That don't surprise me neither.
No, and so it's crazy, man. And then this slush fund they had going in Congress paying for this. We were paying for these son of a bitches to settle cases with these women.
$50 million the last that I saw. $50 million.
Who was in charge of this little fund? That's what I want to know.
Probably the Catholic Church.
That wouldn't surprise me either.
Just guessing. Add in here, Lance. Come on, man. It's just the 3 of us tonight, man. Like the 3 amigos. Larry, Daryl, and Daryl. I'm Larry.
I want to know who started this fund, who was controlling it, and who was, I'd like to know all that.
How did it get approved?
Yeah, how to get approved.
It's kind of like the fund in the background for the vaccination. If your kid gets hurt by vaccines or whatever, you're not allowed to sue the maker of the vaccine or anything like that. So they've got this little fund set aside to pay out people to keep their mouth shut. So, yeah. Anyway. The pedophilia is going to keep going far and wide. It's going to envelop thousands and thousands of people that you never even expected. Because when you're part of the game, that's the way it happens, man.
It seems that way.
I ain't heard nothing about that Corey kid lately.
Corey Feldman?
Yeah, the one trying to raise the money to make the movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about all that. I think that he's a good cat, and he's been trying to speak the truth for many, many years, and nobody would listen to him. But as far as wanting $10 million to make a movie so you could get the word out, dude, you got a microphone in front of your face right now. Get the word out.
Mm-hmm.
Get the word out. If you're hurting for money, start a fucking GoFundMe or something, right? Tell them that you can't pay your fucking bills because you're a truth teller in Hollywood and you can't come up with another movie movie role or whatever. But say the names. Speak the fucking names. Yeah, as soon as he started talking about the whole making a movie, I want to make a movie, I want to produce it myself and star in it and blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah, when he started talking about that, I actually clicked off the interview.
So did I. If you're gonna spill it, man. Spill it. You got a Twitter account, you got a Facebook account, you got a fucking YouTube channel. Go make a video, produce it and direct it yourself and put it out on fucking YouTube for free, like everybody else does. You want to make some money? Sell a T-shirt. That seems to be all the rage. Put the shit on a coffee cup. Sorry, rant over.
There's some interesting news that came out tonight from says the House approves the GOP bill making it easier for gun owners to carry concealed weapons across state lines. That reciprocity bill passed the Senate tonight, or the House. Now it goes to the Senate, and the Senate's most likely going to pass it. So. And what they're saying is if you have a concealed carry, it'd be like a driver's license without any other state restrictions. If you cross lines, you can just one license for every state.
That one lady that had on the news this week that lived in Virginia, I guess, and was driving through, was it Philly or New Jersey, got pulled over. Man, she spent 3 months in jail. She had a concealed carry permit for the state she lived in. Wasn't even going to that state, just traveling through the state, got pulled over, admitted that she had a weapon and a concealed carry permit, and she spent 3 months in jail.
Now she's going to sue.
That's fucked up. Hell yeah, she is. That's fucked up.
It is. It's just their way of trying to drain the system of all their money. Make you scared to death to walk outside a house with a gun. Don't you try to protect yourself, motherfucker.
Shit, now they're talking about letting people in church carry them and stuff. So,
hell yeah.
Let's say you got states, so it's a reciprocity bill. You got states like New York and Illinois and stuff saying, a person from Texas can come up here with their gun and not have to obey any of our
They can come up there with their car.
Yeah, exactly.
They got a driver's license. The driver's license, you can go anywhere in the fucking country. Ain't nobody stopping you at the border and asking you for a weapon.
New York's really throwing a fit over this.
Let them throw a fucking fit. Chicago's going to too, man. They're murder capitals.
Shit, in Texas now you got to register for an open carry. We learned that a couple weeks ago. So,
yeah,
that's an open carry state, and you got to register to open carry.
Yep.
Tell me that ain't fucked up.
So I don't live in Texas.
I don't know why those Illinois people will be worried about, somebody that had to register and go through all the checks.
It's
the ones that didn't that we got to worry about.
The liberal gun nuts. That's all it is. You can't have a gun. You might be dangerous. You're dangerous with a fucking pen and a piece of paper, jackass. What the fuck difference does it make?
Yeah.
But it's just more divisionism, too. It's to keep the gun lovers fighting with the gun haters. It's just more divisionism. More stuff for us to talk about instead of talking about the pedophilia and the satanic assholes that are running everything.
That's what I always. Well, I don't say it in those words, but when somebody asks me about what do I think of a particular candidate, I'm just
he's a satanic asshole.
Yeah, I don't quite say it like that. I just say it's a distraction to keep you and me arguing against each other while they fuck us all from behind. So
right?
That's what I think.
Years ago, Lance, you and I were saying these guys work for the same motherfucking people, man. They work for the same bankers.
It's one snake.
At the end of the day, when the cameras are turned off and all the lights in the office are turned off and shit, they go out to eat. They go out to eat with each other. They go to the bar with each other. They sit around and joke around with each other. You know, they fucking molest babies with each other. They all go down to common ping pong together.
It's bipartisan, ain't no doubt.
Right. So. And everything's upside down, man. We live in the upside down. We live in the upside down. So whatever you think is supposed to be right, it ain't.
Yeah, it really isn't.
All right. Next story, David.
No, this just came out just now. This is from a guy I follow on Twitter. His name's Matt Lee. He's a writer for the Associated Press.
Right on.
And he just put out, he says, the last time I can remember this many U.S. embassies issuing identical security alerts about possible violent protest over a presidential policy decision was in March 2003 at the start of the Iraq War.
Several years ago. It's been several years ago. I think it was actually before I moved here. There was, I actually think I still got the piece of paper pinned up somewhere. There was a military purchase order done for delivery of explosives to every U.S. embassy in the world. This has probably been 4 or 5 years ago. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can go find that piece of paper. I'll be right back. Talk, David.
Yeah, this just came out too now. It's breaking right now. It says Pakistan and China formally opposed Trump's embassy move.
He's not moving it. I mean, this is all rhetoric.
That's what I'm saying, Lance. He shouldn't have never even announced this if he wasn't going to move it. He knew just by announcing this would set off a shitstorm that he didn't actually have to move it. All he had to do was talk about it, and that was good enough.
But the last 12 terms of presidents, not presidents, but I guess terms. The president, it was in the 80s. So whoever was the president, I don't even remember now.
Reagan.
So he would have been the one that first signed it. And then everybody's been kicking the can down the road for 6 months. So why in the fuck was it signed in the first place if they didn't plan on doing it at some point? I mean, it's just, I don't understand that. I don't get it.
The whole move was,
it was so important.
That policy.
It was so important.
That is our policy.
It was so important.
Recognize it, governmental and everything else. What the fuck?
It was so important that I wrote it down and pinned it up, and I still have the paper. 5/13 of 2014. Explosives ordered for U.S. embassies.
That's probably just like blow them all up if they get overrun like Libya again. Like, so you don't have another Stevens.
Yeah, Christopher Stevens.
Right. I mean, that's probably why they did that. So that's their fail-safe. It's like this message is going to self-destruct. And that way nobody can get anything if you blow up the bitch.
Well,
that would be my guess.
A story came out late last night. We had moved a bunch of fast action response teams into areas we thought were going to be a big concern after this announcement, extra troops. So this is all they're sending Marines into different places, not even telling us where they're going now, saying, they got to protect these embassies after this announcement.
Fast Action Response Team.
Yep.
So the acronym for them is FART?
I don't know if that's the exact wording for them. That's what they are. They're your special forces type guys, and they're sending them around all over saying that they got to guard these embassies after this announcement, but they're not listing the embassies where they're sending these troops.
I'm a member of FART, Team 9.
But anyway, this came as the state media in Pakistan and China published official statements opposing U.S. President Donald Trump's decision to move the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem and recognize the city as Israel's capital. It says Pakistan shares the international outrage and is deeply concerned over the implications of this decision for international peace and security, especially in the Middle East. Pakistan calls upon the UN Security Council to take cognizance of this situation and take steps in accordance with the UN Charter. It says, recognizing Jerusalem as the Israeli capital will not advance U.S. national interest, nor will it further efforts to secure peace in the Middle East, China's main English-language state newspaper China Daily said tonight.
But haven't we officially recognized it as the capital for a number of years?
Unofficially.
And
you know,
so
it's like
does,
they said,
so,
they
does,
said,
so does a lot of the world.
Well, no, there's 70 embassies in Israel. They're all in Tel Aviv. There isn't one embassy in Jerusalem.
Not one.
Now, when you go to meet President Netanyahu, his office is in West Jerusalem. See, Israel controls West Jerusalem. Palestine controls East Jerusalem. And so what Trump did today by saying all of Jerusalem is Israel's capital, he's basically taken the East away from what the Palestinians were promised, just like the Indians, and taking that away from them. And this is why they're pissed off. They're like,
and you watch, in the next 48 hours, the IDF will be out there busting shit down and putting a fence around the entire fucking city and running all the Palestinians out.
Netanyahu had a boner when he gave a speech today. He put it out on video, and you can never seen this dude smile as big as he's ever smiled in his career.
He can taste the blood, man.
He finally got a president to give in to.
He can taste that blood.
Yep. You know, and he's getting ready to go to prison for
embezzlement
and taking gifts and all kinds of corruption.
So's his wife.
She's getting in trouble for that, plus for mishandling a maid they had in their house. I mean, Netanyahu's already been interviewed 5 times from the police.
Yeah, he's fucked.
His boss put a beating down on people here, too.
He wants to get this war going with Iran before he goes to prison.
Yeah. Well, so he can maybe, as prime minister, he can put the kibosh on everything. He's I know you guys want me to go to jail, but everything's on hold until we get out of this war.
Mm-hmm. Trump's working with him on it. You know, because Trump works for a Zionist regime.
Yep.
You know, it's the truth.
Yep.
AIPAC controls our government.
Yep. And all the senators and all the congressmen.
I'm not bad-mouthing the Jews. I'm just simply saying that the truth is the truth. The Jews
media,
control
Hollywood.
The planet. Yeah.
They control it all.
I don't have a problem with Jewish people from Israel. I don't have a problem with Israel as itself. I support Israel. What I don't support is the Israeli government. I don't support the Zionist regime behind it, but that goes back to our government too.
That's the key word right there is Zionists. Zionists. You know, that's the key word right there.
You know, our government's a bunch of Zionists.
Yeah, well, we're German too. You know, we got a bunch of Nazis in there too. So
that too, you know. But AIPAC donates all kinds of money and lobbies all kinds of money in D.C. You know, and they're the largest Jewish commission in America.
Oh yeah,
they put a lot of money behind Trump's campaign. You know, he's honoring a campaign promise. I will say this. He ran on this during his campaign, and he's honoring his word, at least half of it, by at least announcing it. He hasn't moved it yet, but at least he's honoring. I think he figures he can get away with that much with his base. Well, if I just go out and label Jerusalem the capital of Israel, maybe my base will let it go with that.
Yeah.
And that's what I think, too. I think that he thought he could come out and not actually move it, but just say it, and that would please his base enough.
The Kushner probably had a bigger part in it
than
he did.
Kushner, too.
Well, that's why he put the 6-month hiatus on it as soon as he said, yeah, I recognize it, but we're not going to do anything for 6 months.
Well, if you notice that the little Saudi plan with Hariri didn't work out. Mm-hmm. Hariri ended up rescinding his resignation. Ended up staying prime minister of Lebanon after that 2 or 3 weeks of hoopla. He ended up, not stepping down, and that's because something happened where in Saudi Arabia got slapped, and their little plan didn't work. And America's little plan with Saudi Arabia didn't work, and something happened. So now they're going, what's the next step? Oh, let's do this with Israel.
Well, as soon as he got out of the country, as soon as he was safe out of Saudi, he was like, hey, whew. Now I can go back to work. I saw that coming, man. The whole trip to France and all that was just, yeah.
Well, they're saying that France, the president there, Macron, mediated between Iran and Hezbollah and America and all of it, and Saudi Arabia. France was the main mediator behind the scenes in all this. And that France...
Isn't Macron getting ready to get tossed out of office, too? I mean, all these guys are fucking corrupt to the gills, man.
I don't know. I haven't heard. Probably is. Wouldn't surprise me.
Thought they were getting ready
all your French presidents have been corrupt.
Isn't he the one that's got the... Didn't he marry his teacher or some stupid shit? Yeah. Fucking weirdo.
She's a lot...
Like 30 years older than him?
Yeah.
All right.
But anyway, they're saying that he mediated with this whole Saudi Arabia thing, and he's the one that got it to diffuse everything. Well, and then I think when Trump pulled the Israel thing today, France came unglued because they told Trump they were absolutely against him doing this. France told him, Germany told him, Britain told him. So, we're not behind you on this move whatsoever.
Craziness, man. The entire world.
Maybe Trump went off the rails, went off the script, and he's pissing everybody off because he didn't follow the script that was given to him.
That don't surprise me none.
Maybe he did make a unilateral move today that he didn't really think about. He just did, just to be different. Either way, it's not going to be good. All these terror groups, all these groups over there that are all going to come against Israel, and that's biblical.
It is. We were talking about that right at the beginning of the show.
That's absolutely biblical. I can't get away from that because it is.
Yep.
And this will bring on a war with Iran. Iran came out today and said that this will, if Trump announces this will be the end of Israel. That was their exact words.
I wonder if people understand, if the general populace understands just how close all this really is,
You read stories that people say that we're closer to nuclear war with North Korea right now than what we know.
I don't think it's going to start in North Korea, man. I think this whole Israel-Iran thing's
I think it's going to start in the Middle East, and no, honestly, I think it could start anywhere the way things are going right now. They got the elite are running this so back and forth, you don't know which way to look. You've had Israel that's been bombing Syria for 3 out of the last 4 days, taking out all kinds of stuff over there. Mm-hmm. They have too. They did 3 attacks and blowing up scientists' place, everything over there, and people aren't seeing that because it's not being reported in the news. But Israel put out that warning a couple weeks ago. Netanyahu told Iran, if you don't get out of Syria, we're going to start blowing up your bases. And that's exactly what he's doing right now. So this is coming between a war between Saudi Arabia, Israel, Iran, the whole Middle East.
You never saw a whole lot published about Israel flying over into Syria and bombing the shit out of the Iranian air bases over there last week. And, when that happened, I was like, oh, this is not good, man. This is not good. And it's just kept getting worse since that,
Yeah.
Everybody's blowing off the lip. Erdogan's blowing off the lip in Turkey and, so. Then the whole Netanyahu sitting in front of the table just dripping at the mouth like he just got done eating a fat child.
Yeah, he is.
Get out from under my fucking feet!
So no.
Hey man, don't talk to your girlfriend like that.
That's what I was thinking.
First of all, I was talking to my dogs. And second of all, Al is not my girlfriend.
Oh, okay. Right? I could tell that because she left the room and didn't come back with a sandwich and a beer. Because her girlfriend would come.
That even actually got her to smile. That's pretty funny. I said a ham and cheese, damn it.
Damn it. Come on, Mater.
Oh, shit. No, I went to step back a little bit and stepped right on top of my fucking dog. That pisses me off, man. They know better than that.
I've seen them walking around in the background, too.
Yeah. They know better than to sit at my feet, though. Tippy especially knows better than to stand at my feet. She just knows better. So that's what pisses me off. I don't like stepping on my dogs, man. I shouldn't have snapped like that, though. I'm sorry, fuckers.
I know, because they get their feelings all hurt.
I know.
They get butt hurt.
For about 10 minutes until you come at them with
10
a
minutes, and then they forget.
Right. Piece of cheese.
I'll get mad at my dog, and then I'll end up apologizing to a 10.
Me too.
I do. I'll go apologize to her in a little bit. She heard me say I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Piece of cheese, and it's all good.
That's right.
Yep. Tonight it might be some summer sausage. I'm out of cheese.
You sit down and watch Old Yeller with her. See what happens. You don't fucking beg.
Right. What?
Do you have cheese and meat?
Cheese in the meat, yeah.
Do you have some?
No.
Oh, damn.
I just said I don't have any cheese.
Oh.
Aren't you paying attention? Get off your damn phone and listen to the show.
I'm trying to track my son.
Whatever. Jeez. This chick here is one of the sheeple that we talk about constantly.
No.
Bullshit.
Not true.
You are so asleep, you don't even know you're asleep.
Oh my god. So tired.
So Jimmy not only berates the people that call in, but the ones that are sitting in the room too.
I do it out of love, completely. I do it out of love. I love all you guys. You're my friends. You're my homies. You're my pals. You're my whatever.
Hey, we're teasing you.
Yeah, right. But she is. She's asleep completely. It happens. All right, moving on. Oh, shirt time. I didn't show my shirt last week. So, gotta show off the shirt. I haven't worn my fuck it in a long time, so there you go. I was wearing a shirt just like that when I wrecked my bike. Still got it. It's hanging up in the other room. Bloody and stuff. Huh? What? Oh, no. I don't think it was the fuck it. It was the fuck you. It was the gray one. It was the fuck you shirt. That's the one I was wearing when I wrecked my bike. So, yeah. I got a new one of those. But still got the old one hanging up in the other room.
You got my new T-shirt? Remember that one I sent you the picture?
Oh, the one that your mom sent you? Yeah, I let everybody see that. I let everybody see that. I posted that. So.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I'm repaying her.
She did that
by getting her a Hillary Clinton Christmas topper for the Christmas tree.
Absolutely fabulous, dude! I got to get a picture of that. You better send me a picture of that one too.
All right.
Is it with her? Is it Hillary with her mouth open, eating the top of the tree?
No, and she's even got a dress on. It's not a pantsuit.
Oh, jeez. So you're gonna tie a little noose around its neck?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Stick a bunch of pins in it, like a Cupid doll or whatever the hell they call them.
Yep. I might want to get two. I know those will sell out quickly.
Oh yeah. Yep. They'll put them on sale, and then they'll wind up in the garbage, like her book that was already on half price sale before it ever went on the shelves at the stores, at the bookstores and stuff. They had already cut the price in half because they knew nobody was going to buy the fucking thing. Nobody gives a shit about that cow or her husband.
Sadly, a ton of people do. But
no, the only reason that they care is because they're getting a paycheck. When the paychecks stop, so will all the fandom. You know what I mean?
I mean, they only care because they vote for party lines. I mean, that's all.
Well, that too.
Because the propaganda is strong.
Yeah. But if they can't see, I used to gripe about Benghazi. Benghazi just told you everything you need to know about Hillary Clinton. The majority of the fucking administration at that point, right? But after that, the whole Clinton Foundation, all the information that's come out about them, how they stole everything that they ever had, just if you can't see that, if your party line blinders won't let you see that kind of facts, fuck you. You don't even need to be breathing anymore, man.
If you get all your news from mainstream media, you'll never know about all that.
Well, yeah, I got you. Okay, whatever. Moving on. How the fuck did we start talking about Hillary Clinton? She's a nobody. She's a nothing burger.
Lock her up.
Don't even lock her up, man. Just 35 cents worth of lead, and it's all over with, right? Give her a chance to come back and live a good life. Hope you reincarnate, bitch. And was that the NSA? Sorry. Okay, moving on now. Seriously, moving on. What else you got, David? We got an hour to fill, almost. 50 minutes.
The story came up in New York Times today about warrantless surveillance. It's going to expire in April of 2018.
They're not going to let that happen.
Trump says that.
They'll renew that.
Well, yeah, Trump says even after it expires, because they're having back and forth about it, and they said if it's not renewed in April, that he'll let it keep going anyway.
I was going to say, these people are above the law. They don't need to have a law for it.
Yep.
I mean, they can do whatever the fuck they want. They make their own rules.
They do what they want. Yeah.
I mean, that's a joke that these people talk about it running out and everything else. You think just because somebody says don't do it, they're not going to do it?
Well, that's it. He says, I'll let it keep going even after it expires. I'm like, well, it never expired then.
They were doing it well before they ever put this rule in place for them not to do it. That's why they got the rules, because we found out they were doing it. So they had been doing it long before there were any rules about it, fuckers.
Why they even make rules? Because they never follow them. So
they don't. They're just for us to follow.
Then
when we break them, they can fine us.
Wasn't it back in the 50s or 60s or something? Truman signed a national emergency authorization, something or other, and it's never expired. Every year they keep renewing it. Because
I remember hearing something about that.
We're always in some kind of conflict somewhere in the world that allows them to keep extending it, and it gives them certain kind of military powers of.
All you gotta do is say national security. That's it. You can get a FISA warrant.
That's it.
We have suspicion that this is a direct threat to national security.
Yeah, Verizon.
That's all they got to say. They don't got to even back it up.
Verizon, we want all your servers. It's a matter of national security. Okay.
That's it. Be a patriot.
You too, AT&T. Okay.
Yeah, man. Be a patriot.
Yep. 23andMe, we want all of your DNA records. Okay.
I would imagine being in the military, they have my DNA anyway, wouldn't they?
They probably have us cloned.
I mean, I know they got my fingerprints, but I mean, they took blood.
Numerous times they took blood.
Yeah, so I mean, they may have some little vault down in Fort Knox that they're keeping blood vials in instead of the gold they don't have. I mean,
they probably got us all.
I don't know.
Cloned, and we're super soldiers and sitting in hibernation, waiting to be unfrozen and turned loose on the populace or whatever. Right? Yeah, something like that. Whatever. They got all of our faces because we all constantly stare at our fucking phones every day. They've got all of our voices.
That's something actually that I learned when I went to Europe a couple weeks ago. When I went in the airport, every single thing you had to go past. I mean, it was almost like a facial recognition, but there were cameras that every single person that was walking in the door, you were scanned.
Yep.
I mean, you could see the machines running. I mean, you were scanned the minute you walked in the airport, and my dad confirmed it for me.
Yep.
And then they have that company in Japan now that uses facial recognition to enter the building. It's the Wall Street Journal in Japan. I think you saw that article come out this week.
Yep.
All them Japanese ladies were walking up to it and putting their faces up to it, and the gates were opening.
There's something out now that Google wants to try to put an app on your phone and a chip in your phone that lets you buy groceries without paying. You just walk in and grab what you want and walk out, and it scans everything that you're picking up and whatever, and sends you the bill in the mail.
Which why can't they do that? I mean, basically, you fill your shopping cart up with stuff and pass through an X-ray scanner or a barcode scanner.
Or you got a little thingy you got a little thingy on the cart. I've seen those too. You got the actual little gun thingy on the cart, and you just hit the UPC code and then drop it in your basket or whatever, and it fucking adds up the total and shit and debits your card, right? They are trying to get this country. They're trying to get the whole world right now, but I mean, they've been pushing the cashless shit on us for years, man. They're really pushing hard at that right now because they don't want us to have cash anymore. That's why they're pushing these. I think that's another reason that the cryptos are going through the roof, to get everybody excited about them. Oh yeah, let's put all our money in cryptos, to get everybody used to electronic money so that they can do away with cash. That way they can track every single fucking thing you do and where you go and where you spend every one of your dimes. It's all coming. And some people, they're going to make it look so handy. They're going to make it look so handy that everybody's going to want it. They're going to be like, oh, that's great. Yeah.
I used Apple Pay 3 times today with my phone and my thumbprint. I paid for 3 things today with Apple Pay with my thumbprint.
You're just as asleep as Al.
Damn right, man. Well, you can't get hacked on the iPay. So
what the fuck ever? You can't get hacked. What the fuck ever? Yeah,
Experian. It's a one-time use.
Experian didn't lose 40 fucking million people's identities and shit to a hack. No, that never happened, right? No. Anything that's electronic can be hacked.
It's only good one time.
Anything that's electronic can be hacked.
Hey, man, don't shatter my dream.
I'm just telling you, man.
I pay safer than swiping your debit card.
That's why I pay everything in cash, dude. If I make electronic payments,
it's
done out of the bank and whatever. I pay everything in cash. As a matter of fact, it's getting to the point now. I'm sorry. Go ahead, David.
I said everyone's been hacked in some form or another. If you're online, you've been hacked, and something's been hacked. Either your social security number, your name, or your bank account. I mean, if you go on the dark web, everybody's name's out there. Yep. Especially after this Equifax hack.
Oh, was it Equifax? I thought it was Experian. Sorry, Experian. I didn't mean to dump all that in your lap. I'm sure you're next.
So the deal is, if you haven't been hacked, you're not breathing air.
Right.
Or
you're stuck in Algiers, on the other side of the ridge and ain't got no Wi-Fi.
That too. That's the only 2 things. If you're in America, you're most likely been hacked some form or another.
Algiers is in America. It's just way out in the Gulf.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Algeria, man.
No, Algiers, the island Algiers down in southern Louisiana. Those are some sticky people, man.
I got hacked. My credit score went up 100 points.
Sweet.
No,
the guy felt sorry for you. He was like, man, this guy's fucking.
Like, yeah, I got hacked.
This guy's credit's in the toilet, man. I got to help this cat out.
A few times, but I haven't had the identity theft. We get people. The problem we're coming in now is they have all these programs that block people's credit reports. Won't allow anybody to pull them. So it's creating a lot of problems in our side. People apply for a loan and they got one of the credit bureaus blocked, and then it takes them 2 days to get it because there's so many people trying to get them locked because they got people so scared.
PMG said, Lance, you got a turd for a thumbprint.
Damn right.
He also said it's biblical. You either take the chip or you will not be able to buy or sell.
I got the chip.
I don't know. Well, we've all got the chip, man. Everybody that you know that breathes air has a cell phone, and they all have the chip in them. They can track you wherever you're fucking going within 3 feet of where you're actually standing.
Well, that reminds me. I went on, my Skype on my phone, on my iPhone, it's updated, and now they added Cortana to it, and you can't take it off.
I saw that too. I couldn't remove it, and it was some bot or something. I was trying to remove it. I logged on tonight and saw it,
It asks you if you want to, if you want to add, it'll stay in your Skype, but if you want it to activate completely, you accept it. And if you do, it tells you straight out, we can read everything on your phone. We can
everything.
Not that Skype didn't have already, spies on there already, but now they're blatantly
can't do it. Yep.
Cortana's on there. I'm like, where'd you come from? Because it started talking to me. It says, do you want to add me? I'm like, what? What the fuck's that?
Yep.
I haven't activated Skype on my phone in a long time, so I don't think I'm going to.
So
that's the only way I get on these calls is I use my iPhone on Skype.
Why don't you use your laptop?
My computer won't get Skype.
That's bullshit, dude.
I use a work computer. I don't have a personal computer anymore. Okay.
They won't allow you to have it on
computer, the VPN won't allow me to download Skype.
I got you. Go buy a fucking computer, dude. Jeez.
For what? I mean, I want to get rid of it. If I didn't have this work computer, my life would be a whole lot easier. Fuck the computer, man.
Yeah.
Fuck Facebook. Fuck all that. I mean, I can do it all from my iPhone or an iPad.
I've thought about that too. Actually, I was kind of iffy as to whether or not I was going to do a show again tonight, man. I'm just not. I don't know what it is about everything that's happening, man. It's all going so fast, and I just feel like I've done all the good that I can do, man. I've got a limited number of people. There's only 23 motherfucking people watching me tonight, and I'm one of the motherfuckers, right? Because I'm logged into the room too. So there's only 22 people. You guys are the other two. So that means there's only 20 people that are listening to me. I used to have 40 plus people listening to my show all the time, man. So it's, everybody's just kind of winding down, I think. We all know the end's coming. It's looking pretty fucking bleak. And I don't know, man. My heart's not in it anymore. My heart's not in it. I'm just ready to sit back and, continue on doing my thing, living my life, and fuck it. I don't know if
that's why I don't get on the Saturday night shows. I'm out doing the same thing.
I don't know if I'm going to keep doing the show or not, man. I really don't. I really don't. I'm still kicking it around. And
that's what happened to me, with all my health stuff and stuff. I just couldn't do shows really anymore. I'm like, I just don't have the strength, man.
It's not even that. It's just my heart's not into it anymore, man. I know there's a lot of people. There's a lot of you guys that like seeing me every week or whatever, but it just ain't enough. You know what I mean? It's not enough to make it worth it for me. Not that I don't care about all you motherfuckers, right? It's just, I got other things I could be doing right now. I got other things around my house I could be doing. I could be hanging out with friends or, instead of Al. It's pick on Al night tonight. I don't know why. I just felt like I needed to pick on her for a little bit. But you know what I mean? I'm just not into it anymore, man. These cats are going to do whatever they're going to fucking do. And you're either saved or you're not saved. It comes down to that. It really comes down to that. So, and that's all up to you individually. It's not up to me. I'm not going to be able to bring you the news that's going to get you saved. You got to point your own self in that direction. That's what it's about, girl. Let's see. Skype is very hackable. Why don't you guys use Discord? DK said. It's a lot safer. And David Howard told you, Lance, go buy a Mac. PMG said, go get me a beer, Al. I don't drink too much, but, I'm all right. I can take care of myself. She'd probably spill
I found some non-alcoholic ginger beer with lime in it tonight. It's pretty good.
Non-alcoholic ginger beer.
Yeah, I get that all the time. The Big Lot sells it. Ginger beer. It's fantastic. Makes your mouth burn.
Yeah, it's hot. Ginger's very hot.
Man. It makes your mouth burn.
Yeah.
It's got some kick.
You might send me a 6-pack of that, man. We don't have a Big Lots.
You guys will get it out there? Yeah, dude.
What's the brand name?
Hold on.
He's going to go grab a bottle.
There's two kinds. There's one that's, let's see here. Ginger beer and muddled lime. That's what it is. It's spicy ginger and zesty lime. Fennemans.
Oh, Fennemans. We can get Fennemans here.
Yeah, Yeah, Fenneman's. That's who it is.
That's hot
ginger
shit,
beer
man.
and muddled lime.
Yeah. Is it different than butterbeer?
Oh yeah, a lot different. Yeah, it's hot. That shit'll light your ass on fire, man.
Oh yeah, it is. It warms your mouth up.
Fentonman's makes the cola that I like, the natural cola. And it's expensive too. It's pretty expensive. You can only find it at the Nature's Way store here in town. Huh?
They have to wait.
Yes. Go lay down. All right. Got any more stories over there, David? We still got like 35 minutes. Woof. You guys can wait. David?
I'm here, man.
Oh, there you go. Phew. Thought my Skype was fucking up, man. Cordoba was coming on or something. I don't know. What'd you say his name was? The dude on Skype? What'd you say his name was?
Who's that?
Oh, the thingy you said that added on you couldn't delete.
Oh, freaking, the hell was that? That one, Cortana.
Cortana. I said Cordoba. My bad. If I gotta tell you again, I'm gonna get angry now. Go lay down. They can wait. They need to learn how to wait. All right. Next story, David. What do you got? You got anything left over there, man?
Jordan came out and said the U.S. recognizing Jerusalem as Israel's capital violates UN charter. It says the Jordanian government argued on Wednesday that President Trump's recent move to recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel goes against the UN charter and not have any legal basis.
Yeah, well, we don't care what the UN says.
Well, we don't either.
I mean, really.
Get them out of New York, man. What the fuck are they still doing in this country anyway? Sorry, go ahead. What is it with that shitty looking green vinyl tile wall that they all stand in front of when they're up there yapping? That is about the ugliest piece of shit background that I've seen.
No, there's it's symbolic for something. I saw that video a couple months ago.
That is the
crappiest
looking
tile.
tile.
Of a ritualistic thing.
Well, yeah, I'm sure they sacrifice
like
people in front of it.
Satanic ritual thing or something.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Just whatever. It's just ugly wall. Is that your dog jingling?
Mine?
Yeah, somebody's.
Yeah, Erica just got home. She's happy to see Erica.
Oh, right on. Hi, Erica.
Yeah, she's leaving January 10th.
Headed where?
Going back to Europe.
Uh-oh.
Stay with my mom and dad until May when they come back.
Really? Very cool.
I know, right? We tried to get her to go 2 years ago when they 2.5 years ago when they moved over there.
Very cool. It should be a good experience for her to get multicultural.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I lived 10 years in Europe. I grew up in Europe, so she'll love it.
You wore skinny jeans and a man bun?
Damn right I did. And a
Crocs?
mankini. We had mankinis over there.
Mankini.
In Europe, yeah, man.
Oh, jeez.
Or do you wear a hijab over your head?
No.
That's the Europeans now.
Yeah, there's a lot of them doing it right now. They're trying to ban it in certain places and stuff.
Did the car rental company ever get you for the Jeep?
No, it was my dad's Jeep.
Oh, it was your dad's? Oh my God.
Yeah, it was my dad's Jeep. Nothing happened. It didn't even dent the bumper. I mean, I was worried about it hitting the radiator or something like that. It had enough clearance that it didn't even bottom out. I mean, the wheels were still in the wheel well.
What'd you hit?
I drove into a anti-terrorist truck trap where they pull the big blocks out of the road to stop trucks from running over them. I drove right into two of them, put the front tires, dropped them down in there, and they had to get a tow truck to pull me out.
Oh, no. Are you wasted?
No, it was in Strasbourg, France, and it's really fucked up because it's surrounded by a moat, so you had to go over bridges to get out. And I was trying to go over a bridge that you couldn't get out on. But I did read an article today that there's so many places. There were a lot of places. It was one whole country that couldn't do their Christmas markets because they couldn't afford the security that the standards that they have set up for an outdoor Christmas market now. It was one of the cities that couldn't even afford it, so they had to cancel it. Damn. I read that today.
Damn it, man. Everybody's going broke. Tell them they ask the IMF for some money, man. The IMF's giving money to everybody. You know, that way they got them in their pocket.
There she goes. Want to get you a sandwich?
Shit. She's going to get a cup of coffee, man. I had to go make the coffee even. She's the only one I know that drinks. Well, no, I know a couple other people that drink coffee, but not mine. She's the only one that comes here and goes, "Can you make me a cup of coffee?" I'm not making her a sandwich. I'm not going to do it. It's not happening. I'm not here to feed her. She only comes over here and hangs out for the show just to get away from her kid. What are you doing?
You better stop making fun of me. You're making fun of me.
Oh, whatever. I'm not even going to go into it. She's eating my food now. She's eating my food.
Yeah, my wife does that too.
I have food on the stove, made it for myself. Was going to have some after the show, heat it up, and she's eating it.
Where's the microwave? Oh.
I'm not telling you where the fucking microwave is so you can heat up my food.
I don't know if I've ever been in the kitchen where I couldn't find a microwave.
I wouldn't. Actually, I wouldn't.
Just saying.
I wouldn't. It was right in front of her face too, because she was standing in front of the stove. I gotta honestly say, man, if there was a way that I could get away without using one, I wouldn't. You know,
I don't ever.
Yeah,
ever.
It's just they're so convenient. For
no, I mean, get rid of it. You'd be amazed at how quick. Yeah, you got to go back to heating shit up on the stove, but it doesn't take any time.
Yeah. I can hear your kid playing with the dog.
Oh, yeah, let me put that on mute.
Very cool. No, you're good. Don't worry about it. It's cute.
Shut the fuck up. How's that?
Excuse me.
Quiet.
She's going to put you in your place now, dude.
Yeah, right.
Excuse me. I seen you walking by, fucking mugging the camera and shit after stealing my food.
Oh, she's mugged it every time.
You don't even know how to turn the fucking microwave on, do you?
I did.
If it's rolling for more than 30 seconds, the shit's gonna be like lava when it comes out of there.
Got a minute.
Okay.
Well, let me check.
But let me check. Yeah. We're really not friends. I just tolerate her. Right? She needs somebody to hang out with, so I volunteer from time to time. What?
Community service.
Yeah, it's kind of, like punishment. All right. David, have a story or something, please.
It just came out that once again, 2 B-1Bs are heading to the Korean Peninsula for the air exercise.
Man, they just keep flicking them boogers.
Did you see the piece fell off of that F-22 or F-35?
Yeah, I saw that panel fell off.
We'll have to ask.
We're just not having good luck with that thing.
We'll have to ask Charlie about it when he gets back.
It's probably his fault.
That's a pretty serious thing that just came out tonight. It says the Chinese military official voiced strong dissatisfaction and opposition after a drone from India entered China's airspace and crashed in violation of China's sovereignty and territorial integrity.
A military drone or somebody's personal drone?
A military drone.
Oh, no shit.
China and India hate each other.
That's not good. They had the guys were doing the fist of fighting on the fucking border just a couple weeks back.
Yeah. That's where this drone went down over in there.
See, that's not good. That's not going to be good, man. Are we instigating that shit, man? Are we poking India and telling them, hey, go over there and fuck with China?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, we're not the best of allies with India, but we want them closer to us than we do.
They got
China.
all our call centers.
Well, the British fucked them for so long. They never needed our help to get fucked because we've really never fucked with them. Like I said, the British had their way with them for 300 years.
Well, when it comes to India, we would much rather have them closer to us than closer to China, you know.
Right.
I mean, because they do business with Russia too, and China. I think they go wherever they want, and I don't know, you know. But when it comes to war, we'd rather have them on our side.
Yeah, there's a lot of people there.
PMG said India's using Dell parts to build the drones. Windows based. They forgot to update it, right? It's got Windows 10 on it. Oh, shit. All right, what else?
Iran came out tonight and says the U.S. plan to move Israel embassy sign of incompetence and failure.
Duh.
Well, you know they'd say that. That's a typical response.
Well, and it says Iran said on the issue of Palestine, U.S. hands are tied and they cannot advance their goals. It says American government officials have said themselves we have to start a war in the region to protect the security of the Zionist regime, Israel, Khomeini said.
Bang on the head.
What's that?
He hit that nail on the head. Go ahead, keep going.
That there are certain rulers in the region who are dancing to America's tune. This is an indirect reference to Iran's main regional rival, Saudi Arabia. Whatever America wants, they'll work against Islam to accomplish it, he said.
Yep. Lance, take it easy on the chips over there, man.
That's a rolling. That's a joint. I'm rolling. No chips. I'm rolling up, twisting one up.
Gonna share it with the kid, are you?
I could. I mean, we walked around Amsterdam, handing it back and forth.
Right on. Did you have it like right up next to the mic? Were you doing that on purpose to make it?
No, it's not even close to the mic.
The mic's pretty powerful.
It must be.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I'm just that was actually a rolling paper.
Like
JOB 1.5.
Sound like you had a bag of chips or something wrinkling in there.
No, I would have put it on mute for that.
All right. Come on, we got to finish this out, man. We still got like 20 minutes to fill. What are we going to talk about now? Don't want to talk about the pedophilia no more. Don't want to talk about government bullshit, fucking shit up. Don't want to talk about war stuff. What can we talk about for 20 minutes? That's Christmas.
Read a story the other day where this lady over in Britain married her chandelier.
Yeah, I saw a picture of her kissing it, I think on the Daily Mail or something. Jeez, man.
She had that weird addiction to inanimate objects.
They're pushing the whole AI crap on everybody too, man. It's big, big, big. There's a lot of movies coming out about people merging with machines and falling in love with robots, and it's just
it's amazing. The
Sophia wants to have a child. How's that going to happen?
The Japanese have sex dolls that are so realistic and stuff. And I mean, I don't have one, but I've seen the videos on.
It's on back order.
Crazyshit.com, but they show all these sex robots. And dude, I'm telling you, these Asian robots look almost damn realistic. I mean, their boobs jiggle and everything else, and they're robots.
That's the land of bukkake. You got to expect that from those cats, right?
But I'm like, damn, man. I guess they got so many people over there that they need to, go over to robots.
Start having cyborgs everywhere.
Fucking disgusting.
I know.
Well, I think Europe's getting big with those sex dolls too now over there.
Yeah, Hanson Robotics, man, they're trying to build their own version of the shit too. The guy that started all that crap is trying to start an AI church and have people worship an AI god. Small g. It's just, I mean, these people are fanatical, man. They're almost as bad as the freaking Muslims. And it's going to continue to happen, right? Because they're going to make everything so convenient. You know, everybody's going to want to have their own little slave around the house, and all you got to do is plug it in, charge it up every night when you go to bed. The next morning, get up, say, hey, clean the fucking house, man.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to want one.
I would.
See, they got you.
It's
They
like
got
that
you already.
Alexa thing. Does anybody have that Alexa?
No, I won't get them either, man.
I won't get it. I mean, I will not get it. My roommate's got it. He's got it one in the back in his room.
It's dangerous to even have it in your house, brother.
Yeah, well, I mean, he got it as a Christmas present. He likes it because he plays music with it and stuff.
Drive a nail through the middle, motherfucker. Buy him a fucking CD
ain't
player.
bothering me.
Buy him a CD player and say, here, you can play your music on this.
Yeah, it ain't bothering me.
I
I mean, he
figure
keeps it in his room, but
I figure my cell phone listening to everything I have to say is good enough.
I thought so too.
Yep. I still keep all my cameras covered, you know, unless I'm online doing this one, you know. If I carry my phone with me, it usually goes in my pocket. If I pull it out of my pocket and I'm not using the camera, I've hold a fucking cleaning rag over the top of it, you know, one of those lens cloths or whatever. I keep it covered up all the time. They can listen to me as long as they want to, but they don't need to spy on shit I'm doing. Fuck them.
Oh, when I'm watching porn on the computer, I'll hold my phone down in the crotch just so they got to look at it.
Damn. The show's devolved to this. Talking about Lance's crotch.
Pocket rocket.
I think that's a sign that I should stop doing the show.
Yep. I'm tired. If you wanted to end it early, I'm fucking tired. I'm smoking this joint. I'm ready to go to bed.
Yeah.
It's my third one of the night since I've been on the air with you, so.
Damn.
I had it on mute for the other ones.
And Lance don't burn any bunk. He's only burning chronic, so that motherfucker's probably all half. You could probably blindfold him with dental floss now.
my eyes look like 2 cherries and buttermilk.
Right? Damn.
I see where Los Angeles is going to be one of the first largest city to have recreational next month or next year.
That's because the fucking place is getting ready to burn down now. They're going to need all the revenue to rebuild the city.
Yep. They're going to need it.
Yep.
It'll be the first major city to have recreational weed.
Wow.
Nice.
I figured
As
it
it should be.
I figured it would have been somewhere way up northern California, though, you know.
Yeah, I figure like Portland or Seattle or. Yeah, but you'll be able to buy it on the streets in Los Angeles legally. I wonder if that'll put any hurt on
I'm
it.
all for it.
Do you think that really puts like dealers out of jobs though? I've always heard that it costs more to buy it legally than it does, you know.
It's usually, yeah. Well, it depends on where you're getting it at now too. Because I talked to some people. I've got some friends up in Colorado, and they buy their shit from a dispensary, and I ask them what they're paying, and it's about the same price you pay on the street.
Right.
So,
that's what I've heard too, and you pay a tax on it too.
Yeah, that's the one thing about buying it through a dispensary is you do have to pay a state sales tax and a federal tax too. I think too. So, yeah, they're going to get their cut, right?
But you know, how many times
until Monsanto synthesizes?
How many times has your guy come over though, or you went to your guys or your girls to get some, and you were like, "Oh man, this ain't as good as last time. Now I'm stuck with this shit for a fucking week and a half."
Yeah, when you go to a dispensary, you got like a selection
in the store and going, "I like that. I like that." Because I told you how I did it in Amsterdam. I was like, "I want some of that I want some of that.
Yeah. But hey, I want to try a gram of the purple cane. I want to try a gram of the fucking gorilla ganj. I want to try a gram of, you know what I mean? So you can have a smorgasbord.
Oh yeah, every one of them had names. They had M&M cookies there, brownies, you name it. They had a bunch of different kind of edibles too.
Very nice.
I love edibles, man.
Yeah, edibles, hash. There was a lot of that. In the same case.
I like gummies. That's a big thing. Those gummies.
Oh yeah, they had gummies. Yep. They had gummies.
They're tasty, especially when they're made right. They're very tasty, and they lay the whammy on you.
I've tried some that were like 10 milligrams or whatever, and I ate one, and man, I was like, this ain't nothing at first, and all of a sudden 2 hours later, I was like sitting back in the chair going, where the hell am I?
Damn right, it's a body high.
Anybody got a pizza? Domino's. Oh shit! Still got 15
Which is the
minutes.
difference of that indica and sativa. One's the body high, one's the mind high.
Yeah, indica,
one gets you stoned, one gets you high.
Right. Indica. The way to tell them apart, the way that I tell them apart is indica means in the couch. If you smoke indica, you are going to become part of the sofa and want to sit and watch Netflix and eat a big ass bowl of Captain Crunch. But if you're smoking sativa, that's a brain high. It's a you still want to eat, but at least you're up moving around, so you're burning the calories. So, but yeah, sativa is the one that's like artists like to smoke sativa because it makes them more creative and blah 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 blah. So, as far as I'm concerned, I like sativa better, but dope is dope. As long as it's good dope. There's only two kinds. There's good dope and there's bad dope.
Well, and that's what, when I walked in, the guy was like, I said, I've never been here before. And he said, well, do you want to get stoned or do you want to get high? And I said, yes. And then that's why I said, I want some of that. I want some of that.
But sit there and take the information, though, because those guys that work behind those counters, they know a lot of shit about the fucking product that they're pushing.
So and I said that.
Sit there and let them
which
talk.
Are the two best ones of each category. He goes, then you want some of this one? You want some of that one? And I said, I want some of that, and I want some of that. Rolled it right up there in the shop. You can't smoke inside the pot shop,
right.
But you can.
There
are certain bars, and it's funny because there's a lot of bars that you walk into, and it says smoking is allowed, but only weed. You can't smoke cigarettes in the bar, but you can smoke all the weed you want.
Okay.
They probably had a little patio though outside, yeah, or no?
No,
you had to leave the premises.
No, they ain't no room. When you're in the red light district, everything is packed in there. Yeah. All these they make the most out of their little spaces.
Yeah, probably all the tourists coming in there.
Oh yeah, it is. I mean, it's mostly tourists, and I mean everybody's got a joint walking around smoking it.
So how expensive was it? Mm-hmm. How expensive was it?
It wasn't bad. I mean, I had to pay in euros, but they had the ones that I saw the second day, which were 5 pre-rolled ones, and they were huge, about the size of your ring finger.
Right.
And it was 14 euros for that, which is about $16.
Yeah.
So it was about, it was cheaper than what you're going to get over here.
Probably better smoke too, I'm guessing.
Same exact shit that I've had here. I got it there. But the bonus was I got to walk around on the street fucking smoking it. Right. That was the bonus.
Right. What were you going to ask, Dave? Sorry.
Well, I know that they had taken alcohol at a lot of those smoke shops there in the clubs. You can only smoke weed. Some city ordinance that kicked in. You used to be able to drink in there, too. Now you can only do one or the other.
That was like dancing bars in Clarksville, Tennessee. If you served liquor, you couldn't have nudes.
Right.
But if you went all nude, you had to bring your own bottle in or something.
BYOB.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And usually they still had a bartender back there, and you just brought your cooler in and gave him your cooler, and he put your name on it or whatever, and then when you come up and ask him for one, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
I heard they got this thing over in Amsterdam called Space Cake. I've always wanted to try the
Space Cake.
Well, now you got me intrigued. When I go back in a couple months, I'll let you know.
I heard it's a big thing there. It's called space cake, man. I heard that stuff gets you high. Damn.
No, I'll have to try that then.
My brother went there about, 10 years ago, and he was telling me about it.
If it's any good, I bet Snoop Dogg's got a video on it.
I'm sure they sell it here, too, some places.
It's by far the coolest city I've ever been in. There's a million bicycles in that city, so I mean you have to be careful or you get run over.
Wooden shoes?
No, there were stores that were selling wooden shoes, but no, I didn't. That's more out in the potato fields.
Yeah, everybody over there wears them. All the like mechanics and stuff wear them on their feet, and guys that work in the shoeing, in the horse shoeing, they wear wooden clogs and.
Yeah, if you're going to be walking around in the mud and everything else.
Some of those people swear by them, say they're the most comfortable thing they put on their feet.
Maybe with the right socks, because when we lived in Europe, I mean, I got a pair of clogs, my parent, as a kid. And no, I got to say they weren't the most comfortable things.
Really?
No.
Some people swear
and maybe
by
they line them with some felt or some padding now. But no. They weren't overly comfortable.
I couldn't take the noise, dude. I just couldn't take the unless you worked in the grass all the time, or worked on carpeted floors. I couldn't take the clop, 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 clop. Even wearing boots, when I wear boots around here, when I come home, I take them off so I don't have to hear them thumping on my floor all day.
Yeah.
So, holy shit, we still got 10 minutes, man. Fuck.
Well, ain't it early?
I don't want to piss anybody off, man. I didn't do a show on fucking Saturday.
Oh, you didn't?
So, no, I didn't. And I got called a bastard by Lori. She called me a bastard because I didn't have a show. So, had to take those
bastard.
Lumps. Yeah.
Bastard.
Bastard. Oh, man. So, I don't know, people. I don't know. I'll let y'all know on Facebook if I'm going to keep this thing going or not, because I'm seriously not into it anymore. Something might change in a couple of days. I don't know. I doubt it. So just as a heads up right now, don't expect a show on Saturday unless for some reason Gary Goforth wants to come on. If he wants to come on, I'll do a show with him because I do want to hear what he has to say about what's going on. But I don't know. If you want to hear the show, keep your fingers crossed. Send me a message. Bring more people so they can see it. Because the fall off on the viewership. I mean, I'm not really one guy to be into YouTube, but I had a select group of friends that used to always come and hang out with me every week. And half of y'all are gone now. More than half. So, kind of wondering what happened there. But... all right. I'm going to play a song and call it a night. Unless you got some breaking news, David.
I don't have nothing, man.
No? Lance, any more stories from overseas before we go?
No, man. Peace and love.
Rock on. Thanks, you guys, for coming on. I'm going to hang up on you now so you can listen to the music.
Take it easy, dude.
Thanks,
man.
Take
it easy, Lance.
All right, brother.
All right, all you peoples out there listening, I'm going to throw this music on really quick and call it a night. So, like I said, I don't know if I'm going to be back Saturday. I don't know. Just not into it anymore. Shit happens. People change. Things change. That's the way it is. Enjoy the music. Love, peace, and cookies.
Eckhart, you talk about in an ever-changing world, a species needs to either adapt or they will die out. And then you go on to say, and I quote, that humanity is now faced with a stark choice: evolve or die.
There's so much to say in so little time. This is a song for those left behind, an insider's view to what's going on. If Christians are raptured away and are gone, in case of emergency emergency, take this CD and make many copies to give away free. But first get a Bible and start reading now. The moment will come when they will not allow distribution, possession of anything Christian. You'll go underground, a secret resistance, and face persecution, imprisoned and beaten. Now is the time to make your decision, to battle his minions left on this earth, or fall for a false explanation. Prefer to be herded like sheep. The ancient delusion, the oldest of schemes, has come to conclusion. The mark of the beast from the father of lies, the angel of light, master of disguise. He's devising a plan, preparing us now, and through evolution convincing the crowds that aliens somehow are out there and bound to have all of the answers, empowered to know the solution. Like indigo children, smarter than humans, more intuition, much more evolved. They're sending a vision, prepare the whole world with a false explanation. If we're to evolve, we must remove Christians. They call it the cleansing, and this is their mission.
Evolve or die refers to whether humanity survives as a species. There is an enormous awakening happening on the planet.
The age of Aquarius, ending duality. Oprah the Secret and Eckhart Tolle preach what will bring in a new age reality, based in traditions of pagan theosophy, bound to be thousands of offshoots of Crowley, students of Alice C. Bailey who follow the lies of Helena Blavatsky, radically altering, changing the pages of history, laying the groundwork forged by the tools of Lucifer, paving the way for the United Nations. A slow preparation, patiently waiting since the creation. The Garden of Eden, a planet whose placement in time is persuaded by aliens, outside invasions, abductions, and cow mutilations, creating an atmosphere ripe for the picking, with movies and Hollywood implanting trickery, mastery over the masses. The whole world collapses in panic, all desperate for someone to save them. Obey anyone that will answer the questions. The savior of sorts, a new age messiah. The wolf in sheep's clothing is what will transpire. The mayhem is out of control at this moment. A world full of chaos, confusion, and torment. I'm telling you, don't stop at anything. You can't afford to face life without Christ as your king. The moment might come when the song's a reality, trapped in a world where it's actually happening.
That's one of my favorite quotes that a significant portion of the Earth's population will soon recognize, if they haven't already done so, that he